up, good people? It's your boy Ahmad here with another episode of This Is Dope. Once again, coming to you from my patio out here where it's chilly. Why am I not filming in my house? Lighting's bad. Everybody works from home. It's noisy. Patio's quiet. Bang. There you go. So I'm suffering for you guys, or suffering until I stop being cheap and get a lighting kit and bribe my family to be quiet. But anyway, this video is really my review of the DJI Mini 2. If you guys saw my last iPhone 12 video, you know that I went to Tulum over the past couple of weeks, Tulum, Mexico. Got a chance to take the drone out and to really put us through its paces. Let me show you guys really quick what comes in. I actually bought the Fly More pack, so I want to show you what I got. The Fly More pack, size of the drone, that whole deal. So hold on, right there. Be right back with the drone. So here we have it, Fly More kit or Fly More bundle from DJI for the Mini 2. I keep wanting to call it Mavic Mini 2, but they dropped the Mavic thing. Some marketing thing, I guess. It's above my head, right? But case itself is pretty dope, right? This is what everything comes in. This is not what I took with me to Tulum. This thing is so small that I was able to carry my iPad Pro and all the things I normally carry in this bag, as well as the contents of this bag with my another Waterfield bag that I have, the Stod. Shout out to Waterfield for making dope bags. But yes, the Stod, which I won't bring out here and show you how I packed it out. Maybe another video. But let's get to the drone. So the case itself, like I said, is dope. Got its front pocket here where, you can stick SD cards, whatever you feel like sticking in there. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of this bundle, right? Ta-da! Now, obviously, this is not an unboxing. As I stated before, this thing went with me to Tulum. So, up here, you get the bundle. You have, obviously, some extra cables for your controller. You have extra propellers, right? It comes with three extra sets of propellers and extra control sticks for your controller. It also comes with a small screwdriver because unlike the Air and the Mavic Pro and all those other ones, you cannot just pop the propellers off if you want to change them out. They're held in there by screws, which I will show you in a moment. All right, so this is at the top of the bag. Here also comes with a charging cable and a wall power adapter. This cable's pretty important because and I'll show you why in a second, right? So you have your controller here, right? It's the one that comes with the Air, the Mavic Air 2, OcuSync 2.0, dope controller, really dope controller. Easily holds your phone. I have a 12 Pro Max, which I can't show you because that's what I'm shooting this video with now. But this is the case, right? And so this case, it will fit in here like this. And this is the biggest phone that Apple makes, right? It fits in here snugly, but it fits. So what you do is you lift this up, you take this cable off, this one over here, the one without a controller looking thing on it, and you plug it into the side over here, and I guess I'll demonstrate again with my blank case. Use your imagination. There's a phone in here. Voila. Fits in there like that. Super dope, right? So it makes it easier to see what's going on instead of having to look down at the bottom of the controller as you had to in previous models. With it up here, it makes it easier, more accessible, and also easier to get in there. That last system they had, was annoying. Okay, so let me put this back like that. You have your different modes here. You have your cinematic mode. You have your normal mode and your sport mode. I'm not going to get too much into it. Cinematic is, they're all pretty obvious. Cine's for shooting cinematic footage. Normal's for flying it normally. Sports, if you really want to give it some get up and go, put more power to it. Sport, I utilize sport more when flying this thing at heavy winds. And right on cue, there's heavy winds. But there's a number of other buttons. This is it's a pretty intuitive, dope controller. You have your joystick sticks that you screw off and tuck down here. It's pretty dope. It also has USB-C charging. As you can see, USB-C port. The other thing about this controller is, I think is really, really dope, is that if your phone battery is running low or while you have your phone plugged in, it will charge your phone. I've been in plenty of instances where I was taking drone shots and my phone was like, I don't think I'm going to do it. And, I had to hurry up and get the shot or hurry up and get the footage before my phone died. The other really dope thing that comes with the Fly More kit is this battery bank charger situation, right? Comes with one battery, automatically, obviously comes with your drone, but then there's 2 extra batteries that you get with this, and you can charge all 3 at once. The cool thing about this as well is it's so small, you can charge this thing with a backup battery. I've done this before while I was in Tulum. Had my backup battery plugged into the import here, and it was charging it so I can get extra flights. The average time of the battery is about 30 minutes per battery. If you drain it all the way, I never drained it all the way. I'm extra paranoid. I think I let my battery get down to about 10% before, it was at a 10% point where it landed. I didn't wait till 10% to start bringing it back in, but I waited till 10% to make sure it was at around 10% when it landed. Here's where this cable comes into play. It's pretty dope. You can also charge things with this cable, right? And this USB-A port here, this will power out. So what you can really do if you really want to charge things up quickly or don't want to have to worry about charging your remote control at a different time, what I do is I plug this in, plug a wall adapter in, USB-C cable to here. This cable goes out, goes to the controller, charging my batteries, and right when the batteries are done, it's going to charge the controller, which is dope. So I just let that rock for a few hours and we're good to go. The thing, if you want to use this as a battery bank, you got to make sure you have a USB-A cable for whatever device you need, right? That's the only caveat. All right, but enough about that. Now, to the device itself. This is the Mini 2. Very small. To give you guys some perspective, here's my iPhone case again, iPhone Pro Max case again. Here's the Mini 2. You guys can see how small this thing really, really is. It's extra light, especially without the battery. It's like, it's super light, like flipping around in the air light, even though I'm not going to do it. That's a very attractive feature of it, is how light it is. One of the other dope things also is this kind of organizer thing they got going on here. It's pretty much a propeller strap, so you can go ahead and just tie this thing around. It keeps your props safe in one particular I guess orientation, so you don't have to risk breaking them. But as I stated earlier, speaking of propellers, you see here where you have to, there's a screw, you have to screw these off. It doesn't pop off like the others. So if you break a propeller, you have to screw these off. That's annoying. I wish they would fix that, but it is what it is. On to the camera, right? Let's fold this thing out. You guys get a perspective of how big it is folded out. This is it folded out. This is your gimbal cover right here. Here's the camera, right? Camera, it's a 4K 30 camera, 4K 30 video, 12 megapixel camera. Shoots pretty good. Actually shoots really good footage, really good photos. I'm thoroughly happy with this. I mean, you have on the back here, you have a USB-C port as well as your micro SD slot here. The USB-C port is if you want to hook this directly to something, like you can charge this directly with the battery in here. You go ahead and just hook it up to a power bank or plug it in, and you can charge this directly that way. Not sure if you can transfer data directly from this via the USB-C port. I haven't tried that, but if I find something out, I'll let you guys know. Some of the, I don't see drawbacks of this drone. There's no obstacle avoidance. I mean, it's so small. I'm not really, wasn't expecting, that. It would have been nice, but wasn't overly expecting it. It does have, obstacle avoidance from the bottom, right? So if I take it off, if it takes off, I put my hand underneath here, it's going to keep going up and up. But no side, front, or top obstacle avoidance. Another thing is active track. There's no active track. It does do quick shots like the other ones, but some of the ones it doesn't. There's no active track. This thing handles the wind pretty well. Not as great as the Air 2, but Air 2 handles it really, really well also. But it handles it a lot better than you think. I was flying this out over the ocean. I mean, I took it out, right? You know how windy it gets on the ocean. And it was handling itself. I mean, I was getting wind warnings, and OcuSync dropped out a couple of times, not from the distance, but I was in the hotel had a lot of signal going on, like Wi-Fi and so forth and so on. So it dropped out for a second a couple of times. But with the battery life being so great, I have the settings in my app for if I lose signal, this thing just hovers. So like a split second later, it reconnected and I was good again. But like I said, I took this thing out over the ocean. It handled the wind like a champ. It was really windy in Tulum a couple of the days. Really handled it like a pro. I have nothing but positive feedback for this particular drone. I would say, it really did what I wanted it to do. So I do want to show you guys some pictures and maybe a couple of videos from this thing. So I'm going to stop rambling now, and let's go ahead and take a look at those. As you guys can see, the video quality, the picture quality is great. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised by the drone as far as its capabilities. I'll be honest with you. The main reason I bought it was I knew I was going on this trip, and it's so small, and you guys know I like minimizing as much tech as I possibly can, right? So I have a couple other drones, but I didn't want to take those with me and go through all that other nonsense. Whereas the size of this drone makes it great, and the weight makes it great because, as you may or may not know, anything under 250 grams, you don't have to register, right? Which is great. You don't have to have a license for it. You don't have to register. You can just fly. Now, you're subject to, the resort or wherever you're at's rules. However, with this drone being so small, to be honest with you, I launched it from my balcony. And, I'm not a peeping Tom type of person, but I was able to get some really good shots of the resort. I was able to launch it on the beach with people really not noticing and get some great shots of the beach line and some video and whatnot. It wasn't until like the last day I was there until one of the people came up and said something to me. And by then I was going home, so it wasn't that big a deal. But anyway, hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Hopefully you like what you see from this drone. I'm going to paste a link, obviously, to the drone itself down below. I think it's a really, really dope, piece of tech. I think that it's well worth the investment. As long as you know what you're getting, you're not going to shoot, Marvel Endgame type of footage, quality footage on this drone. But it's a dope drone, and you do get great quality in pictures and video. So, you guys know the deal. You like the video, that like button's down there for you to mash it. You like the channel, go ahead and subscribe to your boy's channel. You want to be notified when I post more videos. Hit the notification bell. This is, it's cold out here, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up now because my fingers are freezing. But anyway, everyone have a great rest of your day, wonderful rest of your week, and I am out.